it's been given a new lease on life. Now this is the second generation Subaru BRZ. It's nearly all new, and believe it or not, it's actually more fun. The original BRZ was a hoot to drive, but there was always a wish for a little more power. Well, that now arrives as Subaru has dumped the 2-litre engine in favour of a larger 2.4-litre flat 4. This adds 23 horsepower and 28 pound-feet, so it now twists out 228 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. The better news is the power turns up in the usable part of the rev range. Before, the driver had to wind the engine up to over 6,000 RPM to get peak torque. The new engine now peaks at 3,700 RPM, which gives the BRZ so much more low-end grunt while bolstering the mid-range. Another of the highlights is the 6-speed manual gearbox. The clutch is light and the shifter is precise, so bumping up and down the cogs at the speed needed when pushing on down a twisty road is a snap. The manual also enjoys a significant advantage over the 6-speed automatic. At 6.2 seconds, it's a full half-second faster in the race to 100k. Now this BRZ really does fly in the face of Subaru's all-wheel drive for all philosophy, because it only comes as a rear driver. Now in this case, that just does not matter, because the back to basics philosophy just makes the handling characteristics off the chart fun. Every time you get behind the wheel, you've got to smile. The handling has also taken a turn for the better, and there was nothing wrong with the outgoing car. The body is 50% stiffer torsionally, the centre of gravity is lower, and the weight balance is just about perfect. Factor in the dialed-in suspension that delivers city comfort while limiting body roll, and a steering setup that's nicely weighted, and you have a light, tight ride that's very go-kart-like in the manner in which it holds the driver's line through a fast corner. Now this notion is underscored by the fact the second-gen coupe weighs just 1,296 kilograms. As they say, light makes might. The other plus is the inclusion of a Torsion limited slip rear differential. It prevents the inside rear wheel from spinning the engine's sweetness off when you nail the gas at the apex. Finally, when the drive gets quick, the brakes are up to the task. A hard and fast run produced very little in the way of fade. Now this manual transmission actually gets a track mode. When you engage it, it releases the nanny so you can actually drift the back end. However, if you push too far, it will save your bacon. Now for the brave, you can actually turn everything off. Now you can let your inner hooligan melt the rear tyres. Up front, the BRZ is all about the driver. The customizable 7-inch digital cluster changes its look when track mode is engaged, the 8-inch infotainment screen is easily accessed, and the seats provide the lateral support needed. Where the BRZ comes undone is the fact there's no eyesight driver assist system if you go with the manual transmission. Finally, the 2+2 format means there's very little rear seat space, so that's where your briefcase goes. Likewise, the trunk delivers just 178 litres of space, so it's a case of packing the toothbrush and buying the toothpaste when you get there. The saving grace is the rear seat does fold flat, which helps the cargo capacity enormously. Now this second generation BRZ really has been very well conceived. It's got much nicer power, it handles that much better, and it's got a much nicer cabin. In other words, it succeeds in putting affordable back into the term driving fun. Frankly, if you don't enjoy this car, maybe it's time you hang up your driving gloves.
If you consider Motoring TV's been on the air for 30+ years, there's no doubt you've missed a few episodes. Well, there's a couple of ways you can catch up and make sure you don't miss anything. First, you can go to YouTube and look up just segments or complete shows. Also, if you want to know what we're doing, like today on a daily basis, just go to our Facebook page, and also you can go to motoringtvshop.com, get some cool swag. Oh, there's also that Instagram thing.